Hello and welcome to The Gentleman Coach. Today we're taking a slight side quest in our mini-series on protein, and we're going to be talking about collagen. All right, let's jump into it. We're going to be talking about what collagen is. We're going to be talking about why it scores 0 on protein quality. We're going to be talking about different ways people take the supplement, what it helps with, and the decision of whether or not to take it. Usual disclaimer, I am not a doctor. If you need medical advice, please talk to a doctor. So what is collagen? It is the most abundant protein in the human body itself. And as it says here, it's the structural scaffold of the skin, tendons, ligaments, cartilage and bone. Primarily, you'll get supplements that come from either bovine, so cow, or marine collagen. And it is a protein, but as we know, not all proteins are created equal, and you can't count it towards your overall protein intake in the same way that you would something like whey or other animal-based proteins. And the reason for that is if we go back to our DIAAS score that we talked about in the previous episode, it effectively scores 0. And that's because it's completely devoid of one of the essential amino acids, tryptophan, and it's actually quite low on a couple of the others as well. And the DIAAS score will use the weakest link rule. So it will say which is the essential amino acid that is the lowest, and it will use that as its kind of baseline. So you can't count collagen towards your daily protein intake because your muscles can't use it for muscle protein synthesis in the same way that they can a complete protein. The usual exception to this is if you were to supplement it with all the missing essential amino acids, then you build that essential amino acid profile, but taken kind of at face value, it scores 0. You can't use it to count towards your daily protein intake. The two ways that people take supplements for collagen. The first is topical, so this is creams, serums, things that you put directly onto the skin itself, and the other is by ingesting it. One important thing to know about topical application is that on the one hand, it does act as an effective moisturizer, so it will attract and hold water on the surface of the skin, but it's not going to change the structure of the skin itself. It doesn't penetrate down, and it doesn't rebuild skin, let's say, perhaps is a good way of putting it. The only way for your body to be able to break down collagen and then use it as a building block is through ingestion. And that's kind of what this bit over here talks about, which is where it talks about the effects on the skin, tendons, joints, and that kind of thing. Okay, 3 very brief myths on collagen. Number 1, collagen is a high quality protein supplement for muscle building. We know that's not true. It scores 0 on DIAAS. It's missing tryptophan, and it can't be used to trigger muscle protein synthesis. Number 2, the collagen that you consume becomes collagen in your skin. Sometimes we have this thought that the thing that we take on and we ingest kind of just stays in that form and gets used as is. That is not the case. As it says here, your digestive system will break it down into its kind of constituent parts, and your body will use those to produce collagen, but it doesn't get reused kind of directly as is. And number 3, the collagen in your skin cream is improving your skin structure. It's not. It will be an effective moisturizer, and it will kind of improve the appearance and the kind of surface of the skin, but it's not going to change the underlying structure itself. There is a little bit of a caveat to that there if you want to dig into the details, but that is the key takeaway. Okay, so what does the evidence support when it comes to collagen? I don't want to get too much into this, and I have put here in italics, consult a doctor, but there has been some good evidence around symptom reduction for people with osteoarthritis and joint pain and that kind of thing. So there is good evidence there. There is some emerging evidence around tendon adaptation. So when taken in conjunction with vitamin C. There's been some good evidence there as well. And there is some mixed but promising evidence around skin hydration and elasticity, where collagen is taken orally. As it says here, the study quality and funding sources vary. And this is because so far most of the evidence that has kind of come up with very positive findings around this have been the studies that are funded by the industries that are also selling the supplements themselves. Independent studies have been less positive, at least thus far. Okay, so deciding whether or not you should take collagen. So there's some kind of options here that might help you in making your decision. It might make sense if you're not counting it as part of your daily protein need, and you want to try it as a very specific targeted supplement for skin or connective tissue. Might be that you want to support your skin health, but you have like realistic expectations about what collagen can and can't do. Or if you want to support skin hydration and elasticity. Again, with the caveat that there is some evidence, but it's mixed. Where it doesn't make sense, if you're expecting it to help you with muscle protein synthesis, it's not going to help with that. If you're expecting to use a topical application such as a cream and you're expecting it to structurally change your skin, it's not going to help with that. And if you have expectations that it's going to make drastic changes to like loose skin after major weight loss, it's not going to be effective at helping with that either, at least not significantly. Other avenues such as kind of building up the muscle underneath the skin and that kind of thing are probably going to be visibly more effective. So just a couple of things there to consider. Okay, so that's all we're going to cover on collagen. I don't want to go into it in too much detail. Next up, we're going to be talking about protein timing, and we're going to be going back to kind of our regular scheduled programming. Regular protein, focusing on resistance training and building and maintaining muscle mass.